Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. In a 2015 interview on the white supremacist radio show Stormfront, Anglin laid out his own radicalization process. It all started at an unexpected gateway, Alex Jones' conspiracy hub, Infowars. I grew up with a pretty serious sense of personal alienation in the modern Joified society, Anglin told Stormfront host Don Black. I went and looked for answers of why this was happening. Nothing really felt right about the way the world worked. It was a process. The first thing I came across was Alex Jones. Jones and Infowars have been all over the news recently. In the last few weeks, tech giants such as Facebook, Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Vimeo, and YouPorn, really, have either banned or significantly restricted the circulation of Infowars content on their platforms due to violations of the company's hate speech policies. Anglin's 2015 interview shows that Jones' brand of conspiracy peddling also helps usher new recruits into the white supremacist movement. Seeing the whole world as a massive conspiracy is a foundational part of the white nationalist mindset. This was when I was 17 or 18, Anglin told Black. Back in that period, Jones was a lot more hardcore than he is now. He was saying some things were kind of edgy. Now he's basically just a mainstream Republican. But at the time, that was inspirational. Black agreed there was significant overlap between the listeners of his own white supremacist show and the world of Infowars. He noted his show has regular callers who were formerly Jones listeners. In some ways, I can appreciate Alex Jones because he is an entry point for a number of our people, Black said. We reached out to David Niewert, a journalist we've worked with before who has spent decades tracking the far-right extremist movement. He said Anglin's route into the conspiracy world, and out the other side into white nationalism, is one he's seen over and over again. There are many different kinds of far-right extremists in America, neo-Nazis like Anglin, militiamen patriots, and oath keepers, white nationalists, Proud Boys, anti-Semites, misogynist incels, Niewert said. But they all have one thing in common: they functionally live in the same alternative universe, the epistemological bubble, concocted and controlled by a mini-media industry of conspiracy theorists who make large bundles of money by conning true believers into believing them. And the number one purveyor in all this, he said, the man who took the marketing of his bubble mainstream, and in the process ruined millions of people's lives, is Alex Jones. Infowars essentially functions as a gateway drug for convincing people that a shadowy cabal of elites is manipulating the world behind the scenes. It's a narrative that requires an oppositional other and, often, that other is defined by racism, anti-Semitism, and Islamophobia. That's a narrative Jones frequently pushes explicitly. There are so many people in power who happen to be Jewish when they're less than 1% of the world's population, but they're about a third of the people in power positions around the world, whether it's in banking, academia, or revolutions, Jones said in a recent Infowars video. The site long has propagated false stories designed to make readers and listeners angry at minority groups. For example, the Parkland, Florida, high school shooter was affiliated with the Islamic State. 3 Syrian refugees raped and murdered a 5-year-old girl in Idaho. Sweden banned the hanging of Christmas lights to avoid offending Muslim refugees. A woman yelled, "Allahu Akbar," as she ran down a group of people on the Las Vegas Strip. Black Lives Matter supporters planned a massive looting spree following Hurricane Matthew. Hate crime charges against 4 black people accused of attacking a white teen were quietly dropped. A black mob beat up a white man because he had voted for President Donald Trump. Immigrants living in the U.S. illegally were responsible for starting a destructive California wildfires.